Now let's get to possibly the most exciting item in the announcement. Depends who you are. I know Kirk came running in here to say, where do I get one? I said, you're going to have to wait till the end of the thing. He's so excited because he fancies himself an action figure, and therefore he sees himself in these types of environments, and he wants the Ultra. It's made of titanium. Apple Watch Ultra, made of titanium. Amazing material, incredibly strong, incredibly light. A 49 millimeter case, I don't mind. I've worn rugged watches in the past, and I knew this watch was going to be bigger, and I knew that because it was going to be bigger, it was going to have better battery life, which is one of the things that keeps me from using smartwatches on a regular basis. So 49 millimeter titanium case. It has a sapphire display. Now, I know from my history of testing a variety of phones, displays, screen protectors, and watch faces, sapphire is an unbelievable material. It's incredibly hard and therefore scratch resistant. However, it tends to be brittle, or more brittle than other materials, which are more prone to scratching. So it's like you get one or the other, either some degree of flexibility for a drop or some degree of scratch resistance. You kind of toggle in one direction or the other. Now, because they use sapphire, they did this innovative thing, which is raise the titanium edge of the side of the watch frame up over the ridge of the sapphire. So it's not exposed if you happen to drop this or receive an impact. This is a fantastic idea, knowing the materials in use here. The titanium is going to be a lot more durable, and it's protecting your sapphire from a crack. And then on the top side, you're not going to have to worry about a scratch. You also just get beautiful clarity. It's a very nice thing to look at. This is the biggest, brightest display ever on an Apple Watch. In sunlight, up to 2,000 nits of brightness, which is no joke if you follow nits. If you ever imagine your smartphone or your laptop and you ever measure nits, I know I haven't said it in a while. Will's a big nit guy, so whatever. He cares about this. I do, especially in sunlight. However, what if it's nighttime? Will's showing off here the Wayfinder watch face with night mode turned on. This gets rid of the blue light, makes it easier to look at. I presume it probably saves a little bit of battery life too if it's nighttime and you want something a little bit more subtle. There's something on the side, which is a kind of programmable custom button called the action button. And during the presentation, they showed off a number of ways in which you could utilize this. If you're running, you could use it to start a new lap. You could have it trigger, well, pretty much anything. It's customizable. That's the point. A compass waypoint, the beginning of a fitness exercise or a dive. They showed off some diving footage. You can take this thing deeper than before. Either way, customizable, programmable button, whatever it is you do a lot of, you can use this button for that. And it's in international orange, which I thought was a funny phrasing, but that is actually a thing. And it's a good kind of identifiable color, in general.
Sure, yeah.
So you see the orange button, the international orange button, and you know it means business. It also has a bigger crown, so it's going to be, a little bit more robust feeling when you reach for it. It seems to have some kind of protection around it too, making it a little less likely to have unintentional turns. Larger diameter and coarser grooves make it easier to use. The depth gauge provides real-time measurement of underwater depth down to 40 meters, along with water temperature readings. It has, the other thing about having a bigger buttons and a bigger dial is that it's easier to use with gloves. That's the other one I want to mention. So if you're doing the snowboarding, skiing, whatever type of expedition, this is just going to be easier to interact with. It's just a larger watch. It has a second speaker, and they think that it's going to make for better calls right on the device, whether that be with your phone present or just using the cellular connection that the watch already has. I'll get to another feature later on, an emergency feature that also utilizes the speakers, but it has 3 microphones as well. So when it comes to voice input for those same phone calls, that's going to obviously be more effective in windy environments. An adaptive algorithm picks up best microphone for audio, machine learning filters noise for optimal voice clarity. This is a difficult thing for a watch to do because, it's out in the open. It's out here. Now you can lift it towards your mouth, but people are probably going to use it out here or further away. So you need this algorithm in play in order to really isolate that voice. And that's what the 3 microphone setup is aiming to do. Every single Ultra watch is going to have cellular. You get this watch, you get cellular. So when you're considering the price point, just recognize you're actually comparing to the cellular model of the Series 8 instead of the non-cellular. This is the biggest battery ever in an Apple Watch. They claim 36 hours on a single charge, and they're not talking about battery saving mode. We're just saying 36 hours, normal use, all the features.
Yeah, like what if you're camping or something?
Okay, I think I said earlier 36 hours. I think I said 3 days. What was I talking about? That's not even close to 3 days. What am I talking about? I must have been thinking about the low.
3.
I must have been thinking about the low power on this, which is almost.
Yeah.
Almost. But anyways, 36 hours of normal use. We go beyond that 24-hour period, whatever. That's fantastic. It's better than not. And on this model, coming soon is what they said. 60 hours on low power. That's interesting. Like they're not going to put out the low power mode right away.
Still optimized.
I don't know. They're trying to finish up the software. But here's what they say. Battery life for days. When you're on the second day of a backpacking trip, the final leg of a triathlon, or driving along a coral reef, the last thing you want to think about is running out of battery. With longer battery life than ever, you can take on almost anything and have energy to spare. Anyway, 36 hours single charge, 60 hours with optimized mode. You have some new watch faces, and you have a bunch of special new bands, including the Alpine Loop, Trail Loop, and Ocean Band, each one targeted at a different user. Alpine is sort of the expedition type. You have that same international orange on the strap and a titanium clasp, which is going to allow you to tighten it at a number of different locations. It looks rugged. It looks kind of cool. The Trail Loop is the most lightweight option.
Super thin.
It's meant to be the most comfortable, and it looks like it's using a hook and loop Velcro-like kind of setting, so you can get, an even more customized fit with it. This is going to be for people who are into running, people like yourself, William. You're not getting too crazy on the Alpine. I mean, you're not climbing. I don't know what you're doing.
No.
But
none of that.
You're probably more into the comfort.
Yeah.
Just guessing. There's also an Ocean Band, which has an interesting design. It's more of like a rubber-like material, and you have a couple of titanium clasps there. The name is in that one. This is for those near the ocean, doing the water.
Diving.
Yeah, doing the water things, and the swimming and the surfing and so forth. You might want that band. It's going to repel water and so forth. You have better GPS in this device. They spent a second talking about it, especially in dense urban areas. It should deal better with obstructions and things that you would normally have in an urban area, like big buildings and so on. Sometimes these devices can get wonky in those scenarios. Apparently, they claim it's going to be the best performing of any smartwatch in dense urban environments. You have a new compass app, navigation. You have a siren. That's what I was going to talk about with those speakers. Having this bigger, better speaker setup means that you can launch this audible siren. You could use it if you're lost, but I was thinking as well, if like somebody's trying to attack you or something, more urban environment siren, you just hit the siren. Maybe you even use your action button for the siren as you walk to the parking garage late at night, Will.
I would definitely use it.
It's like audio pepper spray. I don't know how loud it actually is, but they say it can be heard up to 600 feet, and they say it's a pattern that everyone's going to notice. I don't know how helpful or useful that will be, but you can make a lot of noise from your watch in a pinch in a moment. You can take this thing deeper in the water, WR100 water resistance, and then they gave some diving classification that I have zero familiarity with, EN133319 for diving. Anyway, you can take it 40 meters or 130 feet. How much is it going to cost? $799 for all models. That's USD. It's a lot of money for a smartwatch. It is certainly getting up there. But if you look at the way that Kirk barged into here, This
was
just
screaming
it just
Ultra.
seems to meet some people's criteria of how they see themselves, of the activities that they're up to.
Sure.
And I guess people are willing to pay it. You got $1,000 phone, and now you have close to $1,000 watch. Some people are going to scoff at it. You know, it's definitely going to be a polarizing product because it's a premium price tag. Probably for most people, and I don't know, this is just speculation, the Series 8 should be sufficient. But if you want to have the Ultra experience, you're going to have to pay for it. This one is available to order today, and you will get it September 23rd. I would probably go for the lightweight strap, though the Alpine Loop does look quite stylish. You can see you can get it in green, in orange, and you can also get it in white. But yeah, I mean, you'll have to pick your own personalized setup, whatever is suitable for you. Which one do you like the best, Will?
I kind of like this blue and gray one.
Blue and gray with the trail loop.
Yeah.
That's the one Will be going for. And Mo will obviously go for the ocean band. He's a man of the ocean. Yeah, I honestly kind of like the look of it better than the regular Apple Watch. It just has a more rugged thing going on, which in the past I have a history of rugged watches.
Sure.
I feel like I can kind of, slam them around a little bit more. They feel less fragile. I hope this feels that way. But with titanium, maybe it will.